So Kreese came back with a major and shitstorming. Instead of hitting the fan, it's about to collide with a full-on storm. Consider this your hurricane warning. Season 2, Episode 6, Take a Right. While Daniel surveys the damage of his dojo, Johnny puts his entire class through training hell. It ends when someone comes forward. I'm no fan of LaRusso, but this kind of bullshit doesn't fly in the new Cobra-Kai. Kreese says, somebody knows something. Question is, who's gonna break? Looking right at Hawk when he says this. While Hawk thinks, I should confess, Kreese tells him, don't say anything, I'll handle it. Johnny's away getting a phone call, something serious, so he's gotta go. Kreese, you handle things here. Chris shows up at Miyagi-Do apologizing for what happened at the mall. I had nothing to do with the dojo trashing. I came to learn Miyagi-Do. Dimitri and Robbie, none too thrilled with Cobra-Kai, even former ones that want to switch sides, but Daniel welcomes him in all the same. Meanwhile, Johnny's made it to a hospice center. Meets with no more Hamill hair, or any hair to speak of, period, in Bobby Brown. Found God and went preacher man post-Kreese. I think he corrects a couple times his pastor. I don't know if that's the same thing as preacher, but I think Johnny calls him as like, oh, you're a man of the cloth, you're a father now. It's like, no, not that kind of, not that. I'm not a priest. That's what it is, priest. Yeah, that's the correction. I'm not a priest, I'm a pastor. But hey, good on him. But he says, he'll be happy to see you, Johnny. It's Tommy, and he doesn't have long. Just says, it's reached my head now, my fighting's done. Former fellow Cobra Kai's of 84 all plan to give Tommy one more night in the town. Tommy's all, the hell are we waiting for? Let's do this. Kreese finally telling the current Kais about to fight amongst themselves over who did it that night. Yeah, it was Hawk. And Miguel. And Tory. One of you makes a move, you all make a move. Live and die with the consequences and spoils because you are all Cobra Kai. It's time to begin your real training. Daniel breaks up an argument between Dimitri and Chris and has them work together on fixing the dojo. As the OG Cobra Kai's ride, reminisce about things, mention Dutch is in jail. Yeah, that tracks. Dude looked and acted all murder to Danny at the tournament. Like I said, he scared me more than Pretty Boy Johnny ever did. They made him the man bully. I'm just saying, it probably would have been a little different movie. Would have had a bad boy Mike Barnes early on. Just saying. Johnny telling his friends, I reopened Cobra Kai. And they're like, oh, why would you want to do that? Oh, and Kreese is back too. Oh my god, no, Kreese is bad news. Why'd you bring... Johnny's all, you preach forgiveness in that book of yours there. Everyone deserves a second chance. Said Kreese is trying to go old school with the teachings of telling Tory, after a sparring match, finish him off. Miguel stands there and like, whoa. This isn't what Sensei Lawrence was trying to teach us. Kreese singles him out, saying... You stop for points in a tournament. Real life, there's only winners and losers. And there are no losers in my dojo. Daniel really trying to help change over the former Kais. Robbie even saying, once a Cobra Kai, always a Cobra Kai, can't change who you are. Where's that coming from, huh? Guess he just hates the Cobra Kai as an extension to his dad? Meanwhile, know-it-all, insufferable Dimitri, letting his mouth right checks his ass can't cash again. He and Chris have this seemingly impossible task of trying to put up this, really large rock. Chris trying to raw strength it, Dimitri's like, no, we'll use a fulcrum. Ends up breaking a tiny wooden board that in no way would have gotten that job done. He's like, fulcrum? More like full of crap. So Daniel stops that fight, and that's how the whole, once a Cobra Kai, always a Cobra Kai, and Daniel's like, You don't know movie 3. I'm about to... Who's ready for story time with Daniel LaRusso, baby? While the Cobra Kais are, some asshole in a shitty lanced earring look where the bottom part of the ear is this massive circle now. Ugh, weirds me out. Bar brawl ensues. The OG Kais, you still got it. But back to Daniel telling all his students the details of getting mixed up with Terry Silver. Sam was like, Dad, I never knew this. Daniel's all, it's not something I'm proud to share. A more cautionary tale about how Cobra Kai can give you strength and power, but at a complete lack of discipline. I almost lost Miyagi to this. I was lucky he took me back in when he did, so it don't matter where you come from. You're all Miyagi-Do now. Miguel with Tory alone is questioning what Kreese was teaching about No Mercy. Tory tells him about how her mom worked in a restaurant and took what would have been free eats just thrown away to give to her kids just so they could eat. The manager finds out and cans her on the spot immediately. The world shows no mercy. Why should we? Some have it good. People like us need to fight for every inch of what's ours. Meanwhile, Dimitri, with his fulcrum knowledge, together with Chris's big guy strength, get that boulder lifted. Tommy confesses to Johnny real quick. I really liked Allie too. But you struck first, Johnny. That's why I joined Cobra-Kai. I wanted the balls to ask her someday, or any girl. Johnny's like, dude, I never knew that, and I never, ever really got over her. Tommy tells him, you've at least got some time to meet somebody new. Change your life. Do what you want to do. Johnny says, right now, I just want to make sure my students don't make my mistakes. Johnny assures him, you can do that. You're the champ. Miguel later apologizes to Kreese, who tells him, you're loyal to Sensei Lawrence. You don't need to apologize for that. We'll get him back in the right place. Tells the rest of the students, Cobra-Kai is no club. It's your brothers and sisters. As morning comes in, the guy with the immortal line of, get him a body bag, sadly leaves in one. Hits even harder when months later, the real-life actor Rob Garrison would pass away due to terminal cancer. So I don't know if this was a Chadwick Boseman situation and he just never let on, because an interview says Zabka, who plays Johnny, had no idea. Season 2, Episode 7, Lull. So much for Balance in Daniel's life. He's all dojo no car show. Amouche has been working like mad still, despite the punch he took from Johnny a few eps back. And it is about to be challenged even more when Daniel sees Kreese working in his dojo. I'm here to thank you for taking our weakest soldiers. Daniel's all, they're just kids, man. And we were all kids once. I'm not going to let Johnny lose this time. Daniel says, we're not at war here. Kreese says, peace is just the lull between battles. You can attack Cobra-Kai and not expect consequences. Your students better be ready, because ours will be. Regards to Mr. Miyagi. Remember, this is in response to his advertisement on the... Even doing it. The snake in the grass, that's all this whole thing. And maybe with a fight in the food court, but... Because Kreese is the type to want revenge for that kind of thing. It just strikes me as the advertisement first than anything. He was right there in the early episode with Johnny. I was like, this needs responding to. Also, really irredeemable. A fellow war veteran encouraging the theft of Miyagi's Medal of Honor. Like, there might not be a redemption arc for you, but then later seasons, they're like, they're going to try? Oh, they're going to try. This is some, irredeemable heel shit. Sam and Moon hanging out, talking about Sam and Robbie, while Kreese begins the usurping process when Johnny returns from Tommy's funeral. Kreese wants to separate the men from the boys, out for special training in the woods of Coyote Creek, a badass name for a creek. Doing more manipulating when Johnny gets back, he says, it's Sensei Lawrence's decision whether we go or not. He's just like, alright. Sensei LaRusso's decision is, we got 100 degree weather? Time for Shochu Geiko. You train during the hottest days of the year, pushing past your limits. Cautioning that the fight will sometimes come to you. Kreese's game of capture enemy bandanas by any means necessary. Split the students into 2 teams. Raymond flips the script and has this little shit goatee swirl thingy on his chin. He's like, I'm Stingray now. Way to blatantly rip off Hawk, you dingus. The subtitles even call him Chubbs when he was off screen running into focus. Johnny's all, he's with you, Kreese. Oh, perfect. Miyagi-Do students aren't really feeling Shochu Geiko, so to an icebox for the other extreme, Kan Geiko. Adapt to your environment. Oh wait, the hawk noises were real? It spooks the one heavy he had left with the Assface nickname. And gets his headband snatched. Miguel happens to overhear him doing this. My 5th kill. Guess I earned my medal. Dun dun dun. Yep, he's got the medal. While the Kangeko training is yielding better results. You can... It's like... in the cold, it's... You ever getting a real cold and you're just like, I'm a dragon. Look at my smoke breath. Well, the heat of that breath is, okay. The heat of warm bodies giving off a muscle twitch or a shifting foot for a stance. You read that to intercept someone's attack and counter. You can intercept an attack from any angle, even like from the sides or behind. Tries to help Dimitri's hyper-neurotic ass. It's not about who's fast or strong. Instinct. Anticipate. And it actually works. Once. But hey, baby steps. Miguel confronts Hawk over the middle. They go at it for real. Miguel wins the bandana and the medal back. Black team wins, and right in front of Johnny, sweeps Hawk in the face when Kreese says, finish him. But was he really talking to Miguel when he said finish him? Because, surprise! Stingray from the fucking earth! With the win. Total sneak attack. He indeed flipped the script and got a badass moment. Even praise from Kreese for winning. I'm like, damn. Credit where credit is due. After the fight, Lawrence is all, I didn't teach you to fight like that. You want to fight how Kreese taught you now? Live your life in that way? Robbie, meanwhile, makes a move on Sam while there's been a ton of missed calls for Daniel while focusing on training. Missed the whole planned dinner. And it was to wine and dine Anoush because... Is it Anoush? Amoosh? Amanda reveals, he quit and took Tom Cole's bigger offer. Amanda even spending the whole summer alone running this car business. So yeah, she pissed. Miguel appears at the LaRusso house. Oh hey, I found this. We're not all assholes. Tell Sam I'm sorry. Now Robbie full on lies, saying, somebody was at the wrong house when she asked who knocked at the door. Double turn. Johnny's starting to see what Kreese has been putting in these kids' heads and said, you know what? It's not working. What you teach doesn't work then, and sure shit don't work now. No mercy doesn't equal no honor. I don't know what happened in your wars, but these kids don't need to make our mistakes. Kreese tells him, you're going to be vulnerable with all this LaRusso business. It's going to hurt real bad one of these days. Johnny tells Kreese all but to kick rocks. Season 2, Episode 8, Glory of Love. Johnny shows up at Carmen's door to make out with her? Huh? Oh, it's all music video-y goofy. I just love how blatantly 80s this quick little thing was, White Snake and all. And here I go again on my own. Carmen might actually be dressed as... It might have kind of been the actual car in the music video of White Snake for a moment too. I'm like, wow, okay. Doing your homework, lovely. Mala Russo back again to help Daniel get back on track with his personals. Dimitri finds on the ground outside the old Medal of Honor while Johnny meets Carmen. And her boyfriend Graham. Ugh. Things still tense with Amanda at the auto. Tori and Miguel plan a date at the roller rink where she works. As Johnny lays down the law, Kreese is gone. He didn't have our best interests. He stopped us like cement from moving forward. Points to the 3 rules of Cobra-Kai. Strike first, strike hard, no mercy. You follow it to the letter. You'll be formidable. You'll also be an asshole. That's just black paint on a wall. And life is not black and white. We need to be the gray area. That's what Johnny Lawrence's Cobra-Kai will be from this point forward. Badassery is still a requirement. But we'll temper it with thinking. Not just with your gut or your fists. It's in the mind. It's in here. Or just he decides, hey, I'm going to teach you how to do headbutts. It's like he was really, really going somewhere with this. He was really going with the karate here, not here, and then Johnny jerks the wheel to the... Good thing I'm wearing my Cobra Kai seatbelt. It's probably all badass black and gold, just a little snake. It's going... Time for Miguel to help Johnny on the whole dating scene. Johnny's all, this used to be simple. Bump into a girl at a bar, not too hard, but enough. Buy her a beer. That's how cavemen did it. Add that to my likes. Oh, speed dating with Johnny. It should be good. A little too honest. One girl, total SJW, combating systemic patriarchy and this and that, and Johnny's like, yeah, I fucking hate the Patriots. How about you hop in my Challenger? I'll teach you how to drive stick. Even a callback to the woman bitching at him with the TV setup from way back in very first step. Yo, I didn't call you a bitch. I said you were bitching at me. I'm done with these bullshit apps. What a bitch. What a bitch. That's another hand kill I get to throw in. Daniel not having a whole lot of luck with his wife trying to fix things, trying to expensive sushi and nothing from, what was it, sugarfish or something like that? I'm like, that sounds tasty. Yeah, like a whole spread, and it's like, free sushi for the customers. There you go. Ma's plan is a little more simple than that. Nothing too extravagant. Just affirmation. Let her know, like, your dad, Daniel, he took me to the Wonder Wheel and such in Coney. Warriors! Sorry, I've never been to Coney. That movie is all I got whenever someone mentions the Wonder Wheel. It was, I looked this up, it was IRL down for quite a while. It's been running again since 2021, so maybe like COVID restrictions took it down and then they brought it back up that way, so good on you. It hasn't fallen out of like any like disrepair or anything like that. But anyways, just the littlest of things held me close, hair on the cheek, and whispered he loved her. So basically no grand gestures, just a reaffirmation that he'd be there no matter what. Something Amanda has stated Daniel hasn't done. He's been patching holes, but he's not really fixing the damage by being a no-show for the dealership and at home for the summer. She's even woken up alone in bed while he's like up 5, 6 in the morning probably with starting the training. Johnny, meanwhile, got a new smartphone. He's gonna text Allie, gets all alpha move bumped by a woman who wants to make it up to him by buying him a beer. Trouble at the skating rink where Tory works, all 80s Madonna'd. Queen Cobra slaying, because to sneak away from the LaRussos, Robbie and Sam are here on their date, not knowing Tory worked here. Miguel borrowed Johnny's red Cobra-Kai jacket with the slitted shades. I think Sam's supposed to be pretty in pink, while Robbie is Miami Vice. Yeah, whole 80s thing going on. The roller rink. Johnny, the new alpha girl, hit it off enough. Two very attractive cave people, just finding shit in common, sure enough. She leaves and he's like, I'm going to head to the bathroom so Johnny can overhear Graham being a player. He's like, he's looking for the banging bail, basically. So things get awkward more when Miguel finally can talk to Sam alone. Sam and Tory didn't cool off their dislike of one another. Johnny bails on his date so he can do right by Miguel and Carmen by kicking Graham's ass while he's out taking a leak in the back. Tory has seen Sam talking to her man Miguel, so accidental shove? Karate Kid callback to when Sam shoves back, and it's, hey, Tory works here. Security says, you done, you out. Another callback to the LaRussos when they got the first dealership. They celebrated in the back of their car. They do so again, as Daniel tells her, I know I've been MIA for a while. Opening that dojo made me not miss Miyagi so much. But if he were here now, he'd say, focus not on karate, focus on what's important. And after the effects of, Johnny, it's like, oh no, Carmen's heads home to find Carmen. It's like, oh, I've been ghosted perhaps. Johnny's playing all along. He's like, maybe I'll take you out. Season 2, episode 9, another en español, pulpo. Inglés, octopus. Goya pulpo. Little squid nuggets in like a little tin or whatever. I showed you that once, but... Also a callback to Sam and Miguel's little golf and stuff date where they got enough tickets to win a stuffed octopus. That's there, but it's like Miguel's been like, it's our whole thing, our octopus. It's like our. This opens with the main ladies of the two dojos training Tory with her earlier talk with Miguel of, gotta fight for everything that's yours. Sam with everyone's got a sob story. That's no excuse to be a bully. I'm like, oh, they finna throw down. Back at the LaRusso, Robbie's mom is back from Cabo and is leaving again to rehab. Thanks, turn. Getting her life together. Yeah, taking that first step. She's like, you'll be safe with the LaRussos and your dad. Robbie refuses the latter option on mention. Don't let things between you and dad go too far gone. It's alright, yeah. Speaking of Johnny, Carmen agreed to dinner with him. Now it's him and the LaRussos' turn to do what happened with Sam and Tory last episode. Of all the nice Latino restaurants for a date, the LaRussos had to walk into this one. Amanda's all, oh, these two have warring karate dojos. Margarita, big glass for favor. Welcome to Don Corazon. Isn't that Spanish for the heart? Like, maybe they're a way to a man's heart is, the kind of sentiment, the old saying. It's also a dancing place. I'm like, okay, dinner and dancing, huh? Mentioned earlier. Speaking of which, party at Moon's! Ruh-roh! Moon's idea is to stop all the fighting and get these two dojos together. Everyone be friends. Oh, Moon. Sweet, naive Moon. You didn't heed my hurricane warning from earlier, simple, simple Moon. Yeah, that's right. Take your best character nod and you take cover. Thank you. Oh, Moon. No, I'm with you, but you're trying to be cautionary. I am responding the same way. Take cover. Tory challenges Sam to a one-leg stand, cake stand on one leg. Just get your drink on. Even Stingray's here. Hawk sees Moon and decides, I'm gonna make her jealous by hitting on some girl. Said girl turns out to be dating Moon. The same-sex relationship reveal. Wow. Hawk wasn't expecting that curve at all. To be fair, none of us heteros do, so let's be honest. Things get a little less tense when Johnny clears the air about Kreese. Told Daniel he kicked Kreese out. My Cobra-Kai is going to be different. Dimitri actually putting his best foot forward, trying to get his friend Eli back at the party. They both see Moon. Dimitri just says, dude, you gotta move on from that, man. Defeat does not exist in this dojo. Wow. That's a winning attitude that drove her away to begin with. Actually, was Eli driving his foot in your chest? Yeah. A-hole relapse on Hawk, dumping his beer on Dimitri. Just for trying to win his binary bro back. Super kudos on Dimitri for hey, it doesn't have to be like this, man. This was post the attack at the mall, by the way, and he was really trying to win him back. But no, Hawk dumps his beer on him. So, meanwhile, Sam does kata stuff to retain her balance, and Tory turns into a cheering Stingray, and whoop, down she goes. At least the impromptu double date's going well. Carmen says, I'll teach you how to dance. I'll be your salsa sensei. Look at my eyes, not at your foot. That's just like karate, Johnny. Come on. Don't look at them legs, Johnny. But do sweep her off her feet, though. That song got a love reprise. Sweep the leg love ballad version. Sam on booze is real alpha with the shot of courage. Aisha reveals finally the truth about the Medal of Honor. Miguel returned the medal and gave it to Robbie, who lied about it. I was like, oh, can she trust Robbie now? So Dimitri's been embarrassed. What's he do? Write another check his ass can't cash. But probably liquored up on his own, maybe. Well, Mr. Pibb, maybe, or just hurt by the whole thing and just decide, you know what? He's on the mic talking about Eli Mouskowitz. Oh, you don't know who that is, right? You know him as Hawk, my former binary brother. Now a real zero. Bod like a widow baby when Dobby died. I will not cut it with that nerd shit. Johnny and Daniel bury the hatchet? Maybe. Daniel's like, nah, we don't need the war. Johnny's like, no, war's Kreese's deal. This ain't... You see where I'm coming from, man. Really trying to fix things. Sam thanks Miguel for returning the medal. She stumbles drunk and Team Octopus is back for a few seconds. Tory will definitely remember that. Dimitri's still on that vengeance high, revealing Eli used to be, a bedwetter. And before the war can continue there, choose it, the fuzz! Robbie finds Sam, who tells him, my folks can't see me like this. Whisks her away. Johnny's date ends with a goodbye kiss. Knock at the door when he sits down, lamenting, I should have invited her inside. Oh, maybe I had that chance after all. Having second thoughts, Carmen? Opens up to Robbie and a very inebriated Sam. Season 2, Episode 10, No Mercy. Warning time is over. The storm is upon us. Larissa's weak to find Sam is not home. Daniel's upset. I trusted Robbie. Tracks the iPhone daily. Where to find her phone's at after checking Sam's laptop. It's like, oh yeah, back from season 1 where they had me track it. Robbie says, I'll take the heat for went down. Does not sound too prepared for when Daniel comes on knocking. So much for the hatchet burying there. Daniel's in full-on Tanner mode. Like, let me in. Johnny's like, dude, she's okay. Kids make mistakes. I'm not letting you just barge in here till you calm down. Fuck knocking. Let me in. Having a fight, the kids show up to stop it. And Daniel has written off both Johnny and Robbie again. First day back at school for the kids. Tory vanished after the party. Miguel's still looking for her. Johnny and Daniel driving their respective kids to school. Sam plays for Robbie's innocence, saying, I made the mistake, not Robbie. Robbie even trying to tell his dad, the LaRussos took care of me. You two can still hash this out. No more lies. Robbie confesses to his deception about the medal. Stingray's here to apply for school security. Before school can even really begin, I think it's like opening ceremony over the loudspeaker, and that gets interrupted by Tory. Samantha LaRusso, you know what you did, and now you're gonna pay for it. I'm coming for you, bitch. I said, do you wanna fight me? Do you wanna catch these hands? Bitch, I'll catch you in the street. Come with that beef. Bitch, I'll beat your ass. It's the only thing I could immediately thought of that TikTok. Yeah. Not even the first full day of school and this shitstorm hits. Robbie now knows from Tory about Sam kissing Miguel. Whole school brawl. Yeah, through another misunderstanding, Miguel versus Robbie 2. Stingray in suit says, I'll handle this, and he just jacks up all the Miyagi-Do kids. Even high fives. Oh, God. Dimitri thinking smart. Trying to get a teacher, and sees another faculty get judo flip for his efforts. Teacher bails. At least one security down to break up the two skinny nerds going at it. Bert and Nathaniel. Thank you, TV tropes, for the deets. Hawk spots Dimitri getting full slasher flick villain now. He's like, coming for ya, chasing him down. Miguel tries to break up the Sam-Tory fight. Tory beats Miguel a bit for the betrayal. Robbie back in, so that continues. Nowhere else to run for Dimitri, sensing Hawk's very aggro attacks, and actually wins his fight. Hey, you trusted his fists. Or at least trust your senses of Hawk's fist and counterattack. If your enemy's got to tell, go for it. Even apologizing for having to do that. He's still really, really trying here. But by Jove, I think he's got it. Tory about to escalate shit with that spiked bracelet. Even cut Sam with it. About to finish her off, maybe scarp her eye or face or something. God only knows what she had planned. Gets blocked and thrown over the side of the steps, just blam. Last fight's Robbie and Miguel over Sam. Miguel's got him pinned, but remembers what Johnny said. Lets him go, apologizes. Robbie doesn't show mercy and sends Miguel over the steps, railing. Tory's drop was there's this step here, and then this railing, and then there's these steps going down. It's literally staircases next to each other. Miguel goes off an entire floor. Possibly more. Not moving. News breaks quick. Miguel's in critical condition at the hospital. A teary-eyed and angry Carmen tells Johnny she never wants to see him again. Sam, stitched up from the spiked bracelet, blames herself for everything that went down. I don't even care about Tory. I just want Miguel to be okay. Johnny and Daniel riding the elevator together, both really feeling the aftermath of this. That they don't speak a word to each other. It's about to get worse for Johnny, because guess who's back and fully usurped the dojo? In-Kreese tells Johnny, you let him down when they needed you most. Even Hawk saw. Miguel showed mercy and paid for it. He dies, that's on you. Johnny, fully broken, just walks away saying, you want Cobra-Kai, it's yours. Amanda even telling Daniel, our daughter's in the hospital over this rivalry of yours. This needs to stop. So no more karate. Back to the booze for Johnny. Miguel was his first student, and he failed him. Now his son is on the run for what he did to Miguel, and Carmen's written him off too. Daniel apologizing to a framed picture of Miyagi as he takes the setup for the dojo down. Johnny's phone rings, but he throws it away. Out to the beach. It's Allie! And that's when season 2 ends. Theme for this season, the word bruminate. First part of season, In-Kreese told us all from the very beginning. Cobras bruminate. They don't sleep. They coil up and wait for their moment to strike, and that that whole time got played out all season long. It's a shame Aisha does not return for season 3. It's going to be Sam weathering the aftermath of Hurricane Tory with a Y by herself. Best character? Miguel? Welcome back. Took what Johnny said to heart a lot of the times, even made good on righting the wrong of the medal here. He's struggling, but he does. It's like, okay, I want to embrace. He questions Kreese. He's more Johnny. He's like, okay, trying to emphasis on badassery without being an asshole, and he makes mistakes. But almost everybody in this season makes mistakes here, even Sweet Simple Moon. Her only crime was not knowing shit went too far to de-escalate. Try as you did. I don't fault her for that 1 second. I won't put her in worst for it. Nobody walks away with a squeaky clean conscience on this. It's Miguel who shows the most growth and took perhaps the nastiest consequence of the school brawl. We'll give it to Moon and Aisha for best characters as well, for both of them trying to quell the coming storm. And I think she got involved in Aisha took like a attack from a Miyagi-Do or somebody, and she's like, oh, shit's on now. Worst character. Between the shitty pool patron and Graham, I think Stingray was the lightning rod for a lot of this for me. It actually took away from some of Dimitri's obnoxiousness, but like I said, I gave him credit. He was getting redeeming qualities to him this part of the season. Stingray? Probably on the run like Robbie. Clearly seen picking a fight with actual children. Like, this was like Cousin Louie levels of bad at times. Like, if you clone Seth Rogen and you got the shitty yellow-pink part of the triplicate form, that's what Stingray reminds me of. Even Kreese, I think, just all but told him to fuck off. He wasn't in the dojo at the end. Would have liked a redemption for him, but there's a lot of that going down for so many other characters. Power On was that last ride of the OG Cobra-Kais for me. App Johnny, the cutest thing ever, too. More subtle callbacks as the show really ramps up and finds its footing. Nothing that super stands out head and shoulders above all, but I think it just shows how good this show's become and how good this season is. I binged it, like I said, on YouTube, and when it was all over, I'm like, this is good. When's season 3? What's going to happen? Power Off. Daniel really pushed even my buttons with the whole Johnny thing at the hotel. It's always been Daniel to barge in on Johnny and the first to like find fault and stuff like that. He went back in season 1. Even Johnny was trying to help, saying, they're okay, they're here, they're safe, and Daniel with the great father figure. I'm like, damn, Daniel, you kicked him in the face 30 years ago. Came back to do it to his heart too. I called it out in the first movie. Crane kick to the face when all hits are supposed to be midsection only. Even season's 1 tournament strongly enforced this. Yeah, I got a warning. You got the win right out of the first episode. Brumation, for sure. Everybody that interacted with Kreese told Johnny, you're making a mistake. You're gonna cause a shitstorm that doesn't need to happen. Now that storm came and went and left devastation. All save for John Kreese, who started the storm. Yeah, at the end of the day, he brumated and waited. And when it came time to take over the dojo, did. Season 3 deals with more of the fallout. I was going to dedicate Friday, Saturday, and Sunday to uploads of the Cobra-Kai video game, but I hated playing it. Like, if I won't leave one video, the one video I didn't even survive long enough without me just like, if I'm going to rage at something, let me rage at, let me bring back a Samurai Showdown game and rage at that instead for, Saturdays and Sundays. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. We'll keep it. Then we'll just. Next week is beginning of season 3. Until then, take care and thanks for watching with a Y. No, that doesn't work.